Probably the man who's reckoned to be the most holy of all the kings of Scots down the centuries was David I back in the 12th century. But the truth of the matter is that he didn't start out that way. He was in fact a man who was fond of a drink, and he liked to go hunting in particular. It was the feast of the Holy Rood, and he had been told by his priest that he shouldn't go out on such a holy day hunting. But he did. He was living in Edinburgh Castle at the time, and he decided to go hunting round about Arthur's Seat, which was heavily wooded at the time, and there was a lot of good animals in there to be hunted. So off he went on his horse with his pals and the dogs and all this, and they see this beautiful white stag, which immediately takes off, and he hares off after it. And he was going so fast that soon he left behind all of his companions. He's on his own, and he's beginning to catch up on this stag. And he's chasing this thing through the woods, ducking and diving between the trees and all the rest of it. And he's getting closer and closer to this stag. Then his horse stumbles, and he goes flying. He goes a hair length along the ground, and he turns over on his back and looks, and here's the stag coming for him. And it's got its head down, and it's going to attack him with his antlers. So at that point, he starts to pray to God. He starts to pray harder than he's ever prayed in his life before, and as the beast comes towards him and goes to gore him with its antlers, he reached up and grabbed to hold the antlers back. And just as he grabs them, the antlers disappear, and he finds that he's hidden on to a golden cross, a holy rood. And he stood there, and the stag disappeared. A few minutes later, he came out of the wood to find his pals that were looking for him, and he was carrying this heavy cross. And from that day forward, he was a changed man. And it was because of that that he founded the Abbey and the Palace of Holyrood that we still have in Edinburgh today. And if you look up on top of Canongate Kirk, where there's the head of a white stag, and between its antlers there is a golden cross, and it's there to remember the day when David I, King of Scots, became just such a devoted Christian.